Hello everyone, my name is Muir and this is X4 Foundations. This is going to be your guide for Tier 2 sort of fighters. So these are the actual fleet engagement fighters that you're going to use as your heavy fighters. The fighters that you will stick inside of an aircraft carrier or a station that will come out, defend the station or the carrier, and go just absolutely annihilate everything that comes near you. So what we have here is this is more or less low presets because in the beginning you'll just be mass producing these guys. More ships is generally better than fewer ships, regardless of what you have on them. And what we have here is a loadout that we can modify a little bit based on what you have access to. First things first, this is the Eclipse Vanguard. Now, the difference between the Eclipse Vanguard and the Quasar Vanguard is that the Eclipse is about 100,000 credits more, but it has an extra shield generator. That's the primary difference. So you can think about the Quasar as you can't really afford to mass eclipses, but you want the best that the Argon has to offer. So in this case, what we want to be doing is we have two bolt repeaters on both sides. So when you are massing these guys, you'll probably use the MK1s. When you have enough to where you feel satisfied, you'll probably go to the MK2s. After that, and this is important, we have the Ion Blaster. The Ion Blaster only really damages shields, and it barely does anything to holds. However, it does an outrageous amount of damage to to armor, to shields. So 298, that is higher than the highest damaging general use weapon at this tier. So this one hits for sustained of 143. This one is a sustained of 298. Now there is a different weapon that you can get from the Holy Order of the Pontifex, as well as the Ministry of Finance, and that is the Blast Mortar. Now this thing hits like a truck, 296 damage. So, and that's general damage, by the way. That isn't just shields, and it isn't just armor or anything like that. This just does massive damage, and it does splash damage as well. So this is this is the weapon that you want in place of the plasma cannon if you can get it. So if we compare MK1 to MK1 Ion Blaster, we see that this one still does more damage to shields, and then this one still just annihilates whatever it hits, but not as effectively against shields. If we look at the MK2 variants, this one is 770, and then this one is wrong one. We want the Blast Mortar MK2, 502. So having two of these won't be as effective against shields as one of these and an Ion Blaster. So why is this important? Well, one of the things that is going to start happening as you get further into the mid game, when you start really massing your fighters and then making a lot, and then getting a lot of medium ships, getting your first destroyer and then your first carrier or auxiliary ship, one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to start having to fight more large and extra large ships. The thing about large and extra large ships is that their shields are always recharging. There is no recharge delay, as we see here. What that means is you need to be able to bring down their shield. You need to be able to do more damage than their shields are regenerating, and you need to be able to do it consistently. So the Ion Blasters, these things are very rapidly firing, so they're always doing damage to the shields, which means there's a higher chance that your plasma cannon shots or your blast mortar shots will actually go through the shields and hit armor or components. The other thing is that you might have ships that are just big anti-capital that just has 4 blast mortars on it, while other ships are bringing down the shields consistently, so that you can just do an absolute ton of damage whenever you want. That's all fine, but this is your tier 2, and the other thing is that when that blast mortar shot actually hits a fighter or a medium ship, a small ship or a medium ship, it's going to do an outrageous amount of damage to them. This thing has 4,000 hull, so with this stripping its hull, with this stripping its shields, and then this being able to just do a bunch of damage, that hull won't last very long. But yeah, guys, that's what we have. Here's the loadout. We have our engines, just standard engines and thrusters. Everything standard across the board. Make sure you have one service crew and one Marine, again, just so they can find whatever they need. And yeah, I recommend 2 bolt repeaters. This is basically your anti-fighter shots. And then these are your anti-large and extra large. Your ion blaster. That's what it's called, ion blaster. And then your either plasma cannon or blast mortar. So where can you get the blast mortars? You can get them either from the Ministry of Finance up here, or from the Order of the Holy Pontifex down here. These guys start off neutral with you, and these guys you have to earn their trust a little bit. You can do that by doing missions. It's very, very easy. These guys are also a fantastic trading partner if you don't mind trading with the people who want to kill everybody else. Now, I want to make it clear, you can only get the ion blasters from these guys, the Argon. You cannot get them over here in Antigone. Does not work. And it also doesn't work over here if these guys in Hatikva, if they build a shipyard. It doesn't work either. Only these guys. Alright guys, there you go. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you later. Bye everyone.